All right, everyone, buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into a topic that's got everyone talking.
Oh, this is juicy. Let me guess. This is MrBeast again, isn't it?
You know it. But hold on, this isn't just another one of his crazy stunts. We're talking big business moves, influencer culture, maybe even a bit of controversy.
Okay, now you've got my attention. What's the big deal this time?
MrBeast's newest venture.
Lunchly.
Lunchly. Yeah, like Lunchables, but supposedly healthy. And get this, he's teamed up with Logan Paul and KSI.
Whoa, hold on. That's Prime Drink and Fist Chocolates all in one. Those guys aren't hurting for money. Why team up for some lunchbox snacks?
That's what we're diving into. We're pulling insights from a podcast, Texto Pagado, that really dug into this, and let me tell you, they weren't holding back.
Lay it on me. What's the angle?
Well, first off, it's clear these creators know how to build an empire. MrBeast's chocolate, for example. That's not just merch, right? It's strategic.
Right. It's funding those wild videos he does, and probably then some. This Lunchly thing, it's got to be more than just slapping their faces on a box, right?
Exactly. And that's what the podcasters were saying, too. This is next-level branding, creating products tied to their image. Maybe this is the future of influencer marketing.
Could be. But healthy. Come on, nachos and chocolate milk.
That's what I thought. The podcast brought up a good point. Even if it's slightly healthier than a Lunchable, it's still processed food.
Yeah.
And those things are banned in some schools for a reason.
Ugh, don't get me started on schools and food. But yeah, it all boils down to marketing, doesn't it? How do we know what's truly good for us these days with everyone shouting about being healthy?
Exactly. And with these massive influencers pushing it, how do you cut through the noise and make good choices? That's something we all struggle with.
Right. It feels like every brand is trying to jump on the health bandwagon these days, but where does that leave us?
Yeah.
Especially with, like you said, these influencers with millions of young fans.
And the podcast really dug into that. They were divided on whether creators like MrBeast have a responsibility to promote what's actually healthy, even if it means less money for them.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? They've got this huge platform. They can impact what kids eat. Is that a moral obligation?
But then again, is it all on the creators? One of the podcasters used this analogy of a photocopier. It can be used for good or bad. It's not the tool's fault. So are we letting parents off the hook too easily here?
It's that classic debate, right? Personal responsibility versus, I don't know, holding big companies accountable. Shouldn't parents be looking at this stuff anyway, regardless of who's telling them to buy it?
It's a tough one for sure. And it gets even more complicated when you think about MrBeast's whole image, right? He's all about giving back, helping people, those cataract surgeries, funding homeless shelters.
Exactly. He's built this whole persona around generosity. So does this Lunchly thing clash with that?
That's what the podcasters were saying. If people see this as putting profit over kids' health, does that hurt his message?
And remember all that criticism he got about exploiting good deeds for views? This feels kind of similar to some people, I bet.
Totally. So is this even a good business move in the long run? The podcasters weren't even sure about that.
Well, they brought up Prime. Remember how huge that was at first?
Oh, yeah. Everyone had it.
And now it's not doing so hot.
Yeah.
Relies too much on hype, maybe.
Yeah, hype fades, doesn't it? And if people see Lunchly as just another processed snack, will they stick with it? Especially if they start thinking, hey, this doesn't feel very MrBeast-like.
Right. It all comes back to authenticity, doesn't it? The podcast actually brought up this other YouTuber from Spain, I think, Chocas.
Yeah.
And he makes, like, actually healthy meals ready to go, and it's doing really well.
See, now that's interesting. It's like you can be successful and still, hold on to your value.
Totally. Maybe this is the future, right?
Yeah.
Influencers using their platform to promote stuff that's actually good for you, not just stuff that makes them a quick buck.
Wouldn't that be something? In a world of, constant ads and sponsorships, to have creators actually leading the charge for good.
It'd be a welcome change, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, it's us, the viewers, the consumers, we're the ones who decide what succeeds, right?
That's true. We have more power than we realize sometimes.
Absolutely. So think about what you're supporting. Look beyond the flashy packaging and the big names. What are you actually buying into?
So important. All right, everyone, that's about all the time we have for today's deep dive. Big thanks to expert speaker's name for breaking it all down with us.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
And to all of you listening, keep asking those tough questions and stay informed. We'll catch you in the next one.